Jenny here.
Hi, I'm Susan.
So we're going to try something a little bit different today. Sort of an experiment. If people like it, we may do more. If we like it, we may do more. But what we're going to do is a reaction video. Specifically to the Ducktales 2017 premiere. Woo Woo. No, that's actually the title of the episode.
Oh. I thought that was enthusiasm, so I was trying to give you some in return.
Enthusiasm's good.
Okay, good. Yeah. Woohoo. As they say.
Yes.
In Ducktales.
As they do.
Yep.
So we have two very different perspectives on it. If you've been following me, you know I've vlogged my way through almost the entire season. I've seen the entire season. I also seen all of the old series. It was my favorite comic when I was a kid, and I've read quite a bit of it since. I've read some of Don Alt's critical work on it. I'm reasonably steeped in duck stuff.
I saw the original series when I was young, and she told me some really cool facts about duck penises over dinner. That's all I got.
Really scary facts, maybe.
I know, right?
Being a duck sucks.
Look it up. Google it, y'all. Seriously.
Better yet, either don't, or watch the Z Frank video about it. That guy's hilarious. The true facts about whatever animal. Have you never seen those? We should do a reaction series on those.
There we go.
All right.
But let's watch some ducks for now.
Yeah, let's watch some ducks. All right. So, wow, I'm definitely editing this bit out. 3, 2, 1, start. That is way too quiet. Where's the remote? You may have to start.
Oh my gosh, there's full frontal nudity already?
Where's the remote?
That's why
It's
I
over
dress
there.
like Catwoman.
I don't know.
The babysitter and I are wearing the same glasses, and that's not funny.
That is incredibly funny.
You gotta go.
You've both got good taste in glasses.
We can survive for a couple of hours.
Why do they need life vests? They're ducks.
Donald is overprotective.
Okay.
All right, boys. We'll get to Cape Suzette and back before anyone realizes we're gone.
They have different personalities.
Hello.
Right?
Uncle Donald. What's up?
Was that true in the original series and I just
No.
didn't notice? Okay.
They were completely interchangeable.
Hubert, you were supposed to signal
There was
before you started
one
the
episode where Dewey got upset at how interchangeable they were, so he started dressing differently. That's the only time they've ever been distinguishable.
Oh, got it.
There's another episode where they all wore the same outfit and couldn't even tell each other apart.
Destination.
That is very upsetting.
Manor? As in Scrooge McDuck? The bajillionaire? You're finally gonna sell us. We're gonna meet Scrooge McDuck! That's amazing! I heard he's so epic, he defeated a rock giant and carved a statue of himself out of its leg! I heard he's so smart, he solved the mystery of the Chupacabra. Turns out it was just a shaved bear! I heard that
Seems
he's so
legit.
rich, he only hunts for treasure to swim in it! A couple of hours with the most exciting duck in the world!
So the car's like taped together, but it still has GPS. I mean, that's like my car, but you know.
Yeah.
We're also cutting funding.
By the way, the nephews also have different
historical
actors,
research, experimental
which they
thinking,
didn't in the old show.
exploration.
Fantastic.
Wow. That is one dramatic Scrooge McDuck.
Right?
Back in the bed with you, see you tomorrow.
And that is a sort of believable Scottish accent.
They actually hired a Scottish person to play him.
That's why.
Right? David Tennant, 10th Doctor.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Barty Crouch.
Ah, now you're speaking my language.
Junior, I mean. The one that was evil.
I knew what you meant. The older one was kind of evil.
Job, see, Mr. McD? Been there. I don't have an office per se, but in some ways the road is my office.
Okay.
Hey, that's
You
deep.
couldn't fly
I
a
gotta write that
plane?
down.
And isn't that less dangerous than having him as your chauffeur?
I mean, you know,
Okay.
he's
Absolutely.
That car? Oh, Donald's car is painted like the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, and
oh
that
my
makes
god,
me
it
happy.
is. I didn't even notice that.
Jettison that jalopy from my driveway this instant, you deadbeat.
He's so Scottish.
Donald Duck. Emperor Scrooge.
That's the angriest anyone has ever said the words Donald Duck.
Probably.
So, living on that boat?
The peacock was a nice touch.
I thought so.
You're welcome! Wait, what now?
Cartoon characters have the best negotiating tactics.
Right?
Yes, Uncle Donald.
There's some intensity there.
Thank goodness Mrs. Beasley has different glasses.
So, do children still like marbles, or are you really our uncle? How old are you? What's your net worth? What's the deal with you and Uncle Matt? Oh, is that fork real silver? Can I have it? Why did you never visit? Oh, because you're so old and moving is so hard. You owe us like a lot. A birthday present. You used to be a big deal. Whatever happened to you? Big Clay! Oh, you agreed to watch him. Watch him. Huey, Louie, the third one. Please do not leave the designated play area. A gift from your great uncle. You will return them upon your departure. He's counted them.
Grumpy.
Great. Now we've got two boring uncles. So we're totally.
I think I remember this scene in Jane Eyre.
And I know just how to do it.
In the first episode of the old series, the same thing happened to them getting locked in the marbles. And they came up with this elaborate scheme, bouncing marbles off of things. Yeah,
And as opposed to just like bitch slapping the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm watching the Disney Channel.
Right? Isn't that weird?
It's kind of a big deal. I wasn't like allowed to have that as a kid.
Yeah, we didn't have cable. when I
Yeah,
was
us
a kid,
either.
so,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I didn't have cable until college.
I think I had cable. Yeah, I had cable in college because The Golden Girls was on Lifetime at 11 o'clock every weekday night. Not that I have that memorized, but I might have been a bit of a fan.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
Now, let's get back to
At least the commercial breaks are a lot shorter.
That's
on
true.
Streaming stuff.
Answer me.
She's dark.
Wait, you know?
Okay, who turned on the light when she clapped?
Of course!
Maybe it was a clapper.
Researching Mr. McDuck and his family is kind of my hobby.
What?
Who's the evil triplet?
That guy. Yeah.
Everything!
Aww.
Brad,
Right?
what do you do for fun?
There's some like pathos there.
I'm the best at
I
fun.
really like this one.
Lisa's not the marble room.
I really did not like her in the show.
Well, she was really little. She was like Elmo. I mean, she was supposed to be like a toddler, I felt like.
I think so, yeah. I mean, she walked around everywhere with the doll.
You want to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little spring cleaning. Nitty.
Oh, there was some Alfred attitude right there.
Oh,
No,
oh yeah.
On the Drake Barrier Reef. This is because some children make fun of you, isn't it? Nonsense.
More than a little.
Alfred Snark, yeah.
I am an unknown.
I figured you would like that.
I do. And I like that they're going to Atlantis because that's like 50% less likely to be racist. I mean, I love the original series, but
Oh yeah.
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 His secretary, you have avoided them for 10 years. Because family is nothing but trouble.
Can't really argue with her there.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Scrooge McDuck.
I mean, they're kind of both right.
Being tougher than the toughies and smarter than the smarties.
Aw, I remember that from the original.
My old nephews.
Yep. It's it predates the original by a lot. It's a classic comics line from like the 40s.
That's extremely cool.
Also, Karl Barks coined "work smarter, not harder" as a line for Scrooge. Yeah, that originates from Scrooge McDuck.
I mean, I remember the Ducktales episode where it came up, and I always thought that was clever, but I did not know he came up with that.
Then she says I've got everything
Yep.
I need.
He should have written self-help books.
I think Jobs was a fan.
I'm gonna be in
It was Steve Jobs that really popularized that, I think.
Huh.
I think Jobs was a Duck fan based
You really
on.
are my best friend.
Oh,
Welcome.
I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Secrets.
There are so many references to the old show in this room.
really?
I
Yeah.
knew it.
The Chupacabra was a chef
Louie,
there.
check it out.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The Gong of Pishu.
Yeah, just like those first two shots had like full references to the old show.
Okay.
There's another.
Oh, I remember that robot and that lamp.
What are you doing? Calling dibs on stuff.
Donald Duck is one of the most daring adventurers of all time.
Plot twist.
That line was in like all the trailers.
Okay, I missed it because I did watch the trailer.
But no, yeah, like for people who know Donald from cartoons, that's like, wait, what? But that was actually true in the comics. He basically was Scrooge's sidekick.
This ghost?
You mean this Halloween decoration?
Awesome.
Curse you starving life lovers.
Life lovers. Cute.
I should have been more specific.
Your face is quite entertaining right now.
Well, entertainment's what we're going for.
We can explain. We came down to your secret museum to look for you because we love you. Secret museum? This is the garage.
Okay, Louie is my least favorite duck.
Garage?
No, that's ridiculous.
That wasn't good.
Oh, what do you think of that? The gas is only
Kind of
activated
predictable.
if you round the gong 3 times, and you already hit it 2 times, didn't you?
He's quick on the uptake.
Also, no, they did not. They didn't even hit it once.
Yeah, fair enough.
The gold hunting dragon.
There are pigs in Duckburg. I mean, you know, that probably shouldn't surprise me, but
I think in the old series there were only ducks and dog people.
because those were the people.
Yeah.
I called my mother me mother for a really long time after that. She got tired of it.
I took up marbles because of Ducktales.
Bruised spine, Tashiko, Scrooge,
Fascinating facts we've learned about Jenny tonight.
And about Susan.
Okay, so Dewey's the one who kind of has his shit together.
Destiny! Watch that! We need to swing him out! Nose dive towards the bin and get ready to pull up!
Yes, sir, random kid I just met.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Since when is Launchpad a pilot?
It kind of follows the whole why are we listening to Louie theme.
Yeah.
Also, ducks have wings, but
Our family is awesome!
Has Donald ever been shown flying?
I don't know either. Oh, too bad that happened, or he could have sold a statue of a dragon.
Yeah.
I bet the Vegas casino would love it.
Oh yeah.
There you go. But he's not in his like swimming pajamas.
Yeah. I miss those.
Family truly is the greatest adventure of all on the ground.
That's my experience of family as well, Launchpad.
In a short time, unleashed several ancient evils and almost got me killed twice! 4 times if you count each monster as an individual time.
And I wouldn't call that multiple in ancient evils.
Yeah. No. I don't know that any except the pirate quite qualifies as an ancient evil.
Yeah.
And who would have thought of a Medusa gauntlet? Brilliant!
the horse just wanted to hang.
Yeah.
Curse me kilts, have I missed trouble?
I've kind of missed Curse Me Kilts.
suppose I'll have to keep an eye on you. No one tell your Uncle Donald! Yeah!
Who is that?
Probably the guy with legal custody.
Good job, Duck.
Probably.
Plot twist.
Accountant. That was filled yesterday. You're our new sailor. Welcome to Plum Gold Industries. Now, what do you know about Atlantis?
Shocking twist.
Right?
Here in Duckburg, stars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery, or rewrite history. Wee. Every day they're out there making Ducktales. Woo! Tales of daring, do-rad, and good luck tales. Danger behind you. Got a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some Ducktales. Woo! Every day they're out there making Ducktales. Woo! Tales of daring, bad and good luck tales. No common tales, no Ducktales. Woo! I don't think I've sung that in 20 years, so I did okay.
You did pretty well, especially considering we had the captains getting it wrong through the whole thing, which is very distracting.
What's the motto of the world's most beloved Scottish billionaire dog?
That's a really good point, too. How many Scottish billionaire ducks does there really need to be?
I'm not even convinced he's Scottish. In the comics, he's South African. And unlike David Tennant, where they got an actual Scottish person to play him, this is an American doing a fake Scottish accent. Right?
That seems like a clue.
We'll find the fabled lost jewel of Atlantis.
There's just one?
Me, the richest duck in the world.
There's one that there's legends about?
Blumgold has a sporran, and I'm not sure I've seen one on Scrooge. Admittedly, his coat's kind of covering it, but...
Yeah, no, I don't think he wears one.
Donald, Duck.
Hoist the mast-sail! Other phone words to Atlantis! Die!
Okay, you live on a boat. I thought that was the duck who kind of had his shit together.
I mean, they're 10. None of them have their shit together that much.
Okay, fair
Except
enough.
maybe Weddy. She's kind of a special case.
She's kind of the Hermione of the group, and I already love that about her.
Right?
Totally.
Look, call your grandma this instant and tell her that you are spending the night at a friend's house, okay? Lying. It's the responsible thing.
Yeah, I really can't fucking stand Louie. This opinion may change,
Have you
but
ever piloted a Celtic before?
I don't want to talk about things to come.
No, okay.
I do feel like Louie is not my favorite character by any means.
he's ripe for character development.
Yes.
Yes.
I love road trips. Matching family road trip shirts. Yeah, I appreciate the enthusiasm. But according, what can I be in charge of? The bazaar? No, I sound
Kinda like this.
No, hyper dense zero point energy missiles to pierce the scaly head of a Kurgan.
I don't think it's ever actually been stated anywhere, but there's a long-standing fan assumption that Huey, Dewey, and Louie is their birth order,
Okay.
which makes Louie, Dewey the middle child.
Okay. And Louie, the jerk-ass youngest kid. I was an oldest kid.
Guys, lighten up. We're on a deep sea expedition with Scrooge McDuck.
Telling people to lighten up is very youngest child.
Mr. McQuack.
I mean, they're triplets, but,
Next stop.
you know,
The lost
they weren't all hatched in the same second.
Atlantis.
My brothers were twins, and the one who was older, you knew it.
Shanty time.
I really like the shanty.
The shortest distance between 2 points isn't always a straight line. Okay, but yes, it is. So if you just go.
The world's a globe. I learned that from Batman.
don't know where I learned that from.
Driving.
Shortcut achieved. No thanking me later. You kids were the death of me. Dewey! Dewey will be the death of you!
That is one pissy-looking bird.
I was raised by warrior monks who spoke only the language of the blade.
Gay. Very gay.
No.
Okay. Is everyone in this Scottish?
Strange weather patterns in a mysterious location near
I think just
I knew he couldn't resist.
Rumbled and Scrooge.
Okay, I could have sworn the wolf just had a Scottish accent, but I
No,
might be.
the wolves have more like a fakey Russian accent.
Okay. My bad.
Oh, better idea. Not to show and kill them all. Somebody's angling for employee of the month.
So there's only one jewel in that whole city?
There's one that there's legends.
Okay, I'm assuming it's another jewel, but I mean, you know.
Friend's house,
I
okay?
can't get signal when I'm camping. They're in Atlantis.
I mean,
According to these markings,
you know,
the
it's
Atlanteans were so
They
big
probably have
and so
satellite
big,
phones,
proper
because they're
support
rich.
structure, the whole thing fell into the sea.
and like
You
explorers,
can best be
like,
by the
that's
stuff
something
while
they
I
tend to
scout
have.
ahead. Dewey ran.
Also, does that carving imply that somebody was carving the tale of the city's destruction as it was sinking into the sea?
Probably.
Because that's pretty hardcore.
I know, right? Well, I mean, carving in general is kind of a hardcore kind of thing.
But I wanna kill McDuck. I kill.
You're right, he's totally fake Scottish.
Right?
Ah,
But I'm still kind of into the bird
I thought
lesbian.
the traps would get me for sure.
She's pretty cool.
They like didn't go back for
Hi,
lunch.
nice to meet you. I'm everybody's friend.
Yeah, it's a little messed up.
Ice cold, McDuck.
On the other hand, like, the rest of them met Launchpad like yesterday. But still, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted. No challenge.
At least he's less of a jerk ass than Louie.
Yeah, but he definitely has that middle child, like, desperation to prove himself thing.
I was the oldest kid.
There's definitely, like, you know, the oldest kid is gets all the privileges because they're older, and the youngest kid, like, is babied, you know, and gets away with everything. And the middle kid just kind of is the one in the middle, you know?
Sure, you go to work smarter, lad, not harder. Scotty McTophat.
Okay, I'm calling him Scotty McTophat forever now.
I'm not.
So Donald Duck is kind of a responsible
This
caregiver?
shortcut leads right to the treasure
Yeah.
chamber. I don't even know why you hired the rest of you. Help him all.
You know, he's got the Donald Duck bad luck and temper, but he's, you know, very protective.
Maybe I could just hire some family.
Care-
Then they
caretaker.
have to listen to me.
He's not just abandoning them and running off to join the Navy like in the old show.
Or the Nazis, that was fucked up.
Who's that?
That was a dream sequence.
I know, but it seemed like the thing to say.
No, Donald has.
Okay, is that gem really worth more than all those coins? Because he just gave Scrooge McDuck all those coins.
Junior Woodchuck rule 840.
And he's
There's
drowning.
always another way.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but
Hard to say.
Hej Biggle, Sabina har berättat så mycket om dig och revismålet. Take him down.
Apparently that was actually Swedish. It's really badly pronounced.
We gotta stop the water.
well, I mean, he was snake bit.
True.
Stuffing the hole with money. Invented.
I feel like this is the most Donald Duck sequence Donald has in this episode. You know?
Yeah, but is that a good thing?
I don't know. I will admit to always having been a bigger Ducktales fan than Donald.
Yeah, I mean, That seems like a poor time for the Socratic method, but okay.
It's the power source that runs the city. Uncle Donald, you
Wait.
gotta let the room blood so I can grab the jewel.
It's a glowy jewel. That means it's a mystical power source.
My bad.
It's just logic.
Yeah, that's kind of all you can do. This is a
I mean, it's
surprisingly
glowy and
insightful
pointy, and those are
death
two of the key elements of magic right there.
Gotcha. You're a fucking duck float, okay? It's what y'all do! Okay, so the real Jewel of Atlantis looks entirely different from the fake Jewel of Atlantis? I'm just asking questions here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hello, lesbian birdman.
Glumgold did mention that these were the cheapest henchmen he could find.
Don't be ridiculous. Treasure is the greatest treasure of all. That's why it's called treasure.
I like the Glumgold out.
Maybe bum a ride with you.
Nice boots. Okay, so Glumgold has those like sexy PR ducks.
Power duck bound for 50 years. Courtesy of your friends
Yeah.
at McDuck, Water and Electric. Oh, and it's obviously super cursed.
No, it's not.
Does the curse make it less valuable?
Presumably.
Okay.
Whole time.
Granny, I can explain.
Bite me, Louie.
Uncle Donald?
It takes a hell of a duck to like go there.
Admitting that he's wrong.
Yeah.
That's a real duck.
His car was like
There
taped
you
together.
have it.
I'm still on
Reclusive
that.
adventure capitalist Scrooge McDuck is back with family in tow, solving mysteries.
That's like the
and
Fox News
rewriting
duck.
history.
Yeah, it is. Also, I like adventure capitalist.
I like it too. Okay, is that the glove that turns the They probably shouldn't just leave that lying around. Oh.
Huh?
The implications!
You want to talk about that a bit?
Okay, so Donald presumably has a sister? Okay, and... Alright, now the implication is that she is dead because he's so overprotective. Or she might have disappeared, and at the same time, I would think it would throw off the rhythm of things a lot if their mother came back. So... I don't know. I mean, she had some resemblance to Goldie from the old series, but then she was, at least in the older series, was Scrooge McDuck's first love. And
Yeah.
I think Glumgold's too?
I don't think they ever had any
Okay.
Goldie stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember. I don't think
Okay.
so.
My bad. Okay, yeah, I definitely didn't see that coming, as I guess was obvious.
No one. In the comics, their mother comes up very, very rarely. There's a duck family tree that Carl Barks drew that their mother appears on. Donald's sister, Scrooge's sister's daughter.
Hortense.
Yeah. That Hortense is in the comics.
Oh, wow.
Well, I should say, she's mentioned in the comics. I think the only comic she actually shows up in is The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, which is awesome, and you should read it at some point.
Okay.
I have it. It's like Scrooge's life story in comic book form. But anyway, yeah, her name is Della. Essentially nothing is known about her. From the outfit she's shown in, people have always assumed she's a pilot. Same way Donald dresses as a sailor.
Okay.
Those being the two things ducks are really good at that they never do in Ducktales, swimming and flying.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's about all anybody, like even fans who are really deep into it. The only comic where Della actually shows up that I know of is a Danish comic that has either never been translated into English or was only translated in English like once and recently. But like she's really obscure.
Okay.
That's a deep cut for them to go for at the end of this episode.
So, well, Scrooge does swim, but he does not swim like a duck swims.
This is true. Also, he swims in gold.
True. And that does give us hope that he doesn't do anything else like a duck does, which, for the sake of the fanfic, let's hope.
Ooh. Yes, let's definitely hope that.
Aren't you glad you watched this, kids?
We actually know even less about the nephew's father. In the family tree, like the famous family tree drawing, like it's drawn as an actual tree. Okay, fine, famous among duck fans. It's drawn as an actual tree, and there's a bird perched on it blocking their father.
Mysterious.
Yeah?
And I'm a quasi-duck fan. I mean, some of those ducks I was okay with, obviously not Louie, but, you know.
Also, they have the same last name as their mother.
Okay.
So...
That's a really good point. So she was a feminist pilot duck.
I mean, you kind of had to be a feminist to be a pilot before, a female pilot in the 40s.
That's true, and so...
Although, I mean, this show, like with the cell phones and all, pretty obviously set in the modern day.
Yeah.
I doubt Donald is more than about 30.
That's true, although his sailor outfits keep being very old school. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that's just giving Donald Duck, you know.
I mean, he was given that outfit by Glumgold, who clearly likes dressing up his employees in outfits, given the PR ducks.
I can't really argue as far as one bird is concerned, but you know.
You really like that bird.
Did you see those boots?
They were pretty great boots. I blanket it. Her name was Stabby something.
I like her even better.
I'm sure they say in the credits somewhere what her name is. I'm gonna try to find it.
Mom?
Dude.
By the way, I don't know if you're a Garfunkel and Oates fan, but
Kate Micucci is. I did not hear the voice, but yeah, they're anti-douchebag positions, and you know, pregnant women being smug. You know, Gabby McStabberson.
actually was voiced by Jennifer Hale.
Who's that?
Jennifer Hale is a woman who does a lot of video game voices.
Okay.
She, like, basically every major female character in an American-made video game has been voiced by her pretty much. Like, if it has a female main character, especially if she's blonde, it's voiced by Jennifer Hale.
Was she the one who went dag in The Sims? Because that's kind of
No.
awesome. Okay,
I don't think
just
so.
checking.
I don't
And
know.
I guess Roxanne Featherly's Fox News duck?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay.
The name Jason Marsden is familiar, but I can't place it.
Yeah, I mean,
He was the GPS and the babysitter. That's interesting.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
So, what else? What else?
On the whole, I'd say promising first episode. I remember the first episode of the original series. They were already kind of playing with, do the boys love Scrooge McDuck? And I found that kind of manipulative as a way to lead in. But this one is much more about Scrooge's beef is with Donald and their sense of adventure, you know. And his sort of coming out of retirement jam. I assume we'll get some backstory on why that retirement happened in the first place and the staff of Celine or whatever that was... I mean, there was a whole lot of stuff that suggested there's more coming, much like the Drake Barrier Reef was foreshadowed in, like, the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. They do a very good job of laying down foreshadowing. And, like, callbacks as well. They do later on in the series a very good job of, which in this one they did a lot to the old series. You recognize the lamp and the robot. The first 2 shots when they go into that room, the first one is the lamp. They show that twice. You caught it the second time. And then the second one is the skeletons of what appear to be Bubba and I'm blanking on what his Triceratops was named. But, yeah.
Okay, I was definitely no Bubba fan,
No.
but holy shit, that's dark.
Was anybody a Bubba fan? He kind of sucked.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anytime a Bubba episode happened, it was basically like, oh, we're getting one less Gizmo Duck episode, yay. Yeah, no. That is pretty dark. Like, there's a few things in here that are pretty dark, you know? I forget what, there was a couple other things you responded to like that. Like, that's dark, you know? One character that you may remember from the old show is prominently missing, which is Duckworth, the butler.
Oh, that's a good point.
They kind of gave part of his character to Launchpad, in terms of being the person who drives Scrooge around, and all of his snarky butlering to Mrs. Beakley.
Okay, yeah, well, that's... Okay, I kind of liked Duckworth, but at the same time, giving Mrs. Beakley more to do than, like, whine and worry is probably a positive development.
I tend to agree, yeah. I think she and Webby are the most, like, improved characters from the old series to this. I like what they've done with both of them quite a lot. I also really like the decision to split the personalities of the boys, even though, like, that results in, like...
Louie's obviously a dick.
I mean, he is. At the same time, I feel like what they were going for was kind of splitting Scrooge into 3. So Louie is, like, greedy and cunning, is I think what they're going for.
He's the Slytherin.
He is the Slytherin. He's even in green.
I don't think I didn't notice that.
Although they did get the colors of Huey and Dewey reversed, because Dewey is very obviously the Gryffindor. And Huey is very obviously the Ravenclaw.
I can't argue with you on that one. Yeah, on the whole, the personalities, now admittedly, as you mentioned, they're 10, but the personalities aren't super well developed. It actually kind of reminds me of when they remade Willy Wonka. They sort of updated Mike Teavee to the skeptical bratty kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sort of an improvement, but it was still very cartoony. Which, I mean, this is a cartoon, but...
Yeah. No, I get you. There's definitely a lot of room. You know, given, like, we get a lot of character for Scrooge and Donald in a pretty small amount of space. Like, I'd argue that just that one conversation in the driveway between them is, like, and doing a massive amount of characterization work.
Absolutely.
Tony Anselmo it's really interesting to compare because he's one of the few actors that they carried over from the old series to this. He's Donald in both.
Okay.
And I believe Ducktales was his first job as Donald. The previous Donald actor had I forget if he retired or died. The one who had been doing Donald since Donald
Or
was
his
created.
Throat really hurt.
You know, or his throat really hurt. Yeah, so that was his first job as Donald, and he's completely incomprehensible. Here, he's much easier to understand, and B, he's able to actually, like, put emotion while doing the Donald Duck voice. You know? Like, I love his line reading on I Wasn't Talking to You.
Nice. Yeah,
You know?
you're right. I remember that now.
So that was really, like, he's one of the very few actors that they've brought over doing the same role. I think he's the only one in the main cast
Okay.
that's doing the same role. The person who had been the only voice Scrooge ever had, I think he retired right before this aired and died shortly after.
Okay.
His last job as Scrooge was the Ducktales video game that came out like a couple years ago.
Okay, so there was a video game. I had a DuckTales video game for the PC when I was a kid. It was super racist, but I still enjoyed it because I was an 80s kid and didn't know better.
Sure. I wonder if it was the same one as the one on the Nintendo, because that's the one they remade
I don't know.
a couple years ago. But yes.
I kind of doubt it.
There's a lot of, I mean, DuckTales, when it comes down to it, it's drawing really heavily from adventure serials, which is kind of a nice closing of the loop, because apparently George Lucas and Steven Spielberg like are on the record as saying like the DuckTales comics were a big influence on Indiana Jones.
Okay.
And then, like, the DuckTales logo is clearly ripped off from the Indiana Jones logo, so it's like, you know,
Feeding each other.
Feeding each other. Anyway, that whole genre just kind of, like, your globe-trotting, archaeologist raiding tombs kind of thing, it's kind of baked in.
Yeah.
Which I like that they're putting a heavy character emphasis in this, because it gives something else to do, you know, without being super racist.
Yeah.
You know? And they can do things like Atlantis, where, like, you know, I mean, who even knows where the Drake Barrier Reef is, or, you know, what Atlanteans looked like, or anything, you know?
I'm trying desperately to think of a stupid duck pun on Australia, and none's coming.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ductalia is the best I can do, and that's weak.
And plus it brings us back to duck penis.
It all comes back to duck penis.
That's your pull quote.
Okay. I deserve that. Yeah, it seems like with adventure, much like with westerns, it's kind of baked in, and we've had some westerns recently where it's clear that people who like westerns are kind of trying to reboot the genre in a less problematic way. But, you know.
I want a movie where, and it could even be like an Indiana Jones spinoff. Like, Indiana Jones is grad student, and she steals things from museums and returns them to the people they came from.
Did you see that news article?
About what?
About there's at least a heavily believed rumor that the Chinese government is hiring people to steal things from European museums and bring them back to China.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
That needs to be like a globetrotting adventure Indiana Jones style movie, like now.
That was what I said. I mean, I put that on Facebook with I want to see this movie.
That's seriously awesome. I want to see that.
There we go.
That's awesome.
So make this movie.
Yeah,
people.
yeah. All my, you know, dozens of viewers, like, there's got to be somebody in there who's a movie producer, right?
I would think.
Yeah.
Also fund her Patreon, because, you know, she writes good stuff.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else you want to say about this
Woo?
episode? Woo.
Yep.
I'm
out of duck penis jokes, so I think we're just about done.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed this.
Thanks, squishies.
Yeah, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Patreon for early access to vlogs, essays, let's plays, and this. If we continue doing this.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll see you all next time if there is one, and on another video if there isn't. Bye.